How's it going, nerds? LionheartPlays here, and Matty Ice of the Stone family. Today we're going to be talking about the Harry Potter universe, and with us we have our special guest, our good friend Derek. AlwaysMOOREVideos, my friend. Say hello. Say hello. Say hello.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Appreciate y'all clicking on the podcast. Give these boys a like and a sub if you haven't already. This podcast is amazing, and you need to experience every episode.
Oh, thank you. So, let's see. We're talking about Harry Potter and our experiences with Harry Potter, where we were with Harry Potter when each movie's dropped out, and the books as well, because I know that the books have had a large impact in my childhood. Matt, this is your idea. You start us off.
By the way, I am holding 3 different wands in my hand right now, and I'm wearing Harry Potter glasses.
Harry Potter?
I've got Snape's wand, Voldemort's wand, and Harry's wand.
He paid $50 for a piece of wood. Couldn't be me.
Hey, I'm just saying they're beautiful.
You're beautiful.
I appreciate it. So,
Hey, I was talking to Umberto.
To start off though, Derek has not read the books, right?
No, I have not read a single Harry Potter book.
Because he can't read.
I'm from Kentucky.
However, Humberto and I have read the books. So the first question I would like to ask you, Humberto, is how did you discover the books before the movies came out?
Yes.
Okay, which one did you start with? Did you start with the first one?
I started off with number 1, and I'll tell you exactly where I was and how I got it. I was 10 years old, I think. Maybe a little younger. And I was at a Costco with my family. They had just bought me an action figure of the Celtic Guardian. And I saw this book, and I picked it up, and I read the back. I didn't know what Harry Potter was at the time, but the back seemed interesting. And my mother, she's like, "You don't pick up books at all." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm kind of liking this one," and she bought it for me. And that's what started everything, because then afterward I found out that there was a second and a third book, and I'm like, oh, let's do it. That's how I got my AR points, accelerated reader,
Bro,
for elementary school.
Yes.
That's how I got my points, reading them books.
I did that. Okay, so kind of similar for me, in a way. So I'm in 6th grade, and we're supposed to do the AR points, and I would just fake it, like whatever, I'm not really reading. I hated books, And I ended up going to the library, and I picked up this book called Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Now, when you first read that book, if you ever go back and you look at it, it literally starts off like me being dumb. I didn't realize that it said year 3 on it. I just picked it up and was like, we're reading this, whatever. So I opened it, and I was like, whatever, I'll read like the first page and then put it down. And it started off, and it's like, Harry is a 13-year-old wizard. And I'm sitting here like, wait, what? So I started reading it, and I literally got through the entire book, and it's the first time I got 100% on the AR thing, the test you got to take on the computer. And I fell in love immediately with the series by reading the 3rd book of the series, and then I went back and read the first 2. And I actually read the first 2 as the first movie was dropped.
Really?
And
Let me ask you.
I didn't see the first movie in theaters. It's the only one I did not see in theaters.
I haven't seen any of them in theaters except for The Prisoner of Azkaban. But let me ask you, when you read the book, because you said that you were reading the book as the first movie came out.
Yes.
Did you compare?
I did.
I think everybody did. Derek, you've seen the movies but haven't read the books. Where were you when the first movie dropped? How old were you?
Oh man, you asked me that way too quick and right in the middle of a yawn. I'm gonna have to.
We're boring him, guys. We're boring him.
Let me see the release dates for these.
He'd have had to
2000.
been like 7 or 8.
It was 2001. That was a wee little thing.
I was
Oh, dude,
11.
then I was 9 then.
I was 11 when the first movie came out.
So see here, I'm 28. So what would that have made me? I'm not doing that math this early.
I'm not doing that math either. I woke up
You'd
not
have been-
long ago.
You'd have been 7?
Been 7.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
Because you're 4 years younger than me. I was 11, so you'd have been 7.
Good deal.
2 years younger than me.
So it was actually pretty cool because my best friend growing up, his name was Adam. Shout outs to Adam. His mom read the books, and on weekends we would always, like, our families would get together. We'd go to the local pizza place or just, you know, go get a steak dinner, whatever the case was. And she was talking to my mom and dad about this movie coming out called Harry Potter. She's like, we need to take the kids to see it. It's going to be so good. I've read the books. They're going to be great. So I got to experience it with a group of, 10 people going to, like, it wasn't the weekend it released, but it was like the second or third weekend. We got to go watch it, and I fell in love instantly. I was like, this is bad to the bone. Let's keep this going. And she's like, there's books. You need to read the books. And I was like, I don't read.
I can't read. I can't read.
So I never read a Harry Potter book. I've read like 2 or 3. I may have read a chapter in total, if that. Because I did try, and I'm just like, I can't do this. So from the Sorcerer's Stone to Deathly Hallows, I watched every single movie in theaters. After the Sorcerer's Stone, it was weekend release of every single movie. Except for part 2 of Deathly Hallows, because I was in London, England when the movie released, and you talk about a area going wild.
Oh, I bet that was nuts.
Yeah, and we can touch more on that later, because I can tell you all about all the tours and stuff I did of a lot of the filming locations.
So yeah, for me, so like I said, I read the third one first, right? And then I got into the first 2. My sister had actually said she liked Harry Potter as well, which me and my sister never really got along, right? So anything that she liked, I tried not to like, but I couldn't help but like Harry Potter. So my parents heard from my sister first that she liked it, so she asked my dad if they could go to the theater. My dad took her to see the first Harry Potter movie. He wasn't into it, and then when she came back, she was like, it was okay. Well, I'm reading the books, and the first 3 books actually came out before the first movie did. The 4th book hadn't dropped yet. Well, when the 4th book dropped, I begged my mom to get it for me. And that's when my mom started getting into the book. She read the first 4 before any other movie came out again. And then from that point on, every movie that released, it was me and my mom sitting in the theaters together. And that was actually like one big connection we had. But all through my teenage years, me and my mom read every Harry Potter book together. She would buy it, get it the day it comes out, read it in a day, give it to me. I would read it in one day, and then we would talk about it on the 3rd day that it was out.
Special.
And then
That's awesome.
And then we'd literally go to the theaters and see the movies as they release together. So I've seen, out of the 8 movies, I've seen 7 of them with my mom in theaters. And like I said, the only one I didn't see in theaters was the original.
Listen, I would love to have had that connection with my family. My families are Catholics, and they have a thing against magic. Now, granted, over the years, things have gotten looser and whatnot, my mom in particular, my dad had never had interest in those things, right? But I really wanted my mom to get interested in it because she likes certain fantasies and whatnot, mostly romances and stuff. I got my mom to watch The Vampire Diaries.
Hey.
You know, I had to bribe her a little bit, but I got her to do it, and she's been watching it. I to this day, however, and I've been trying for 20 years. To this day, I have been unsuccessful in getting her. I'm not gonna bother her to read the books, you know, but I have been unsuccessful in getting her to watch a single Harry Potter movie. But I'm not gonna stop trying because
you'll break the wall down and she'll watch them, and then she'll watch them all.
Yeah, she will. All I have to do is just knock that wall down. But
yeah.
I love the fact that both of you, you had the same relationship growing up as well, right, Derek, with your family?
Yeah, every movie except for the last one.
Yeah, see, I never had that. I wish that I had that. That connection, something to talk about. We have that connection, my parents, with Game of Thrones, but we don't have it with Harry Potter, and that makes me really sad.
Well, I mean,
But
Game
at
of
least we
Thrones,
have
come on, that's still a good thing to be in common with. The great series.
Yeah, actually, yeah, you're right. But still, it would have been great if it was Harry Potter, because it's Harry Potter.
Yeah.
You know,
Go ahead.
I watched The Prisoner of Azkaban with my cousin one night, and it was great. I think that The Prisoner of Azkaban is tied up there with The Order of the Phoenix, with it being my favorite Harry Potter movies.
So for me also, Harry Potter is the reason I started reading. I was reading on like a second grade level in 6th grade, and I was doing terrible, you know, at reading. I picked up the Harry Potter books. That led me to read the Left Behind books, which I don't know if y'all have ever heard about those. And then it led me to pick up another series, and then all of a sudden I found Nicholas Sparks, who's the writer of The Notebook and stuff like that. And it actually led me to find a bunch of authors that I love to read. So without Harry Potter, you know, I'm not smart at all, but I would be dumber than I am already. Harry Potter literally helped me find a love and passion for reading. So without that, I probably wouldn't have been able to pass school, you know, which to me is a testament to what the books, you know, can do for people.
You know, for those who are in similar situations, like me, right? Whose parents are religious, and whatnot, or they're just thinking, oh, you know, you're not gonna find a good lesson in Harry Potter, you know, or whatnot. And that's not true, because the movies deal with the strength of friendship so strong that they transcend lifetimes and whatnot. There's a lot of good in the series. So if anyone is faced with those issues with their family or with their friends,
well, like you said, when we were growing up, that was a big deal, you know. A TV show, Wizards of Waverly Place, on Disney Channel. If y'all remember that, with Selena Gomez. There was a lot of kids at my school that couldn't watch that because it had witchcraft in it.
There's growing up, all of our channels are based off of something that a lot of kids weren't allowed to play, because it did evolution in a different way, and a lot of parents hated it, you know.
I definitely see what you're talking about. And
you know, they literally hate having people watch Pokemon back then, you know, and it's freaking Pokemon. It's a video game, you know?
Yeah.
Did we lose
Just-
Humberto?
He come back. I don't know if he's here.
So Humberto cannot hear us, guys.
Nope.
But we can hear him. I can hear him. So if you want, while he is getting that situated, if you'd like to tell us about the London thing, that'd be really cool to hear.
So, Harry Potter, like I said, was a big part of my life. I wish I'd read the books, but I just wasn't much of a reader, and I still am not to this day. It's something that I wish I could experience with Whitney, but Whitney doesn't like the movies whatsoever. But I did get the privilege to join my family friends with it, and we had that just amazing experience of, we had that nice time out to eat on a Friday, Saturday night, and got to experience the movies. But for the last movie, your boy was taking a tour of Europe. I was on a 16-day tour for Ireland, Scotland, and London, England, where I spent 4 days in London, England. During that time, I got to see the coffee shop where the first book was written.
Didn't she write it on a napkin?
I'm pretty sure if that's the
Like
story.
she started like writing it on a napkin.
Yes.
Yes, sir. So, the other story, she wrote the first book, right?
Yeah.
After she wrote the first book and got it put out, she actually wrote the final chapter of the 7th book before she wrote anything else.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, she already knew after the first one how everything was going to end. Okay?
Yeah.
And then in the first book, the last words in the book is all was well, right? So in the book, the final scene is Harry watching Albus Potter go on the train, okay? He touches his scar on his forehead, and she was going to leave it at that. He literally touches the scar. No reference to why he touches it, no reference to if it was painful or anything like that. And she was going to leave it at that and just leave it as he touched his scar, and that was how the book ended. But she felt like it would leave people thinking that there was more, and that something might have been wrong at the end of the 7th book. So she wrote the words all was well to let people know that it was the end and everything was still good.
That's awesome. That's crazy. For somebody to know, like, hey, this is going to be an instant hit. Writing it in a coffee shop that she was in almost every single day in London, England.
Yeah, I don't know if she had it planned for 7 books, but everything in the series is based off of 7s anyways. So I could imagine she had it planned for 7. But, you're sitting there and you're writing it on a napkin. Are you really thinking, oh, this is going to be a hit? Or are you thinking, I'm going to write these 7 books and whatever happens, happens?
I think she had to know what she was creating, In my eyes, Harry Potter is the 3rd best franchise ever made.
Also,
What are your first two?
Star Wars and Marvel. Like movie franchise.
Also, another tidbit. Did you know that there's a relationship that she hates that she put together, and there's a character that she let live that she regrets let living?
I know about the relationship.
I don't know either one of those.
Alright, so Hermione and Ron, she says they never should have gotten married.
I agree.
I don't like that.
She doesn't like that relationship, and that's why when she wrote the play for The Cursed Child, which is about Harry's youngest son, right?
Yeah.
She actually turns Ron into a drunk. He's actually an alcoholic, and it's because of his relationship with Hermione.
Mm.
And then the character that she wanted to kill, but she said she couldn't kill him.
Was
No,
Who?
it was actually Arthur Weasley when he got bit by Nagini.
Oh.
When she first wrote that book, book number 5, The Order of the Phoenix, and he gets bit by Nagini, he was supposed to die.
She just doesn't like the Weasley family at all, does she?
Apparently not.
Hey,
Clearly.
she let him live. She likes Arthur. She doesn't like Ron.
Apparently, but Ron's okay. I just don't think that he should have ended up with Hermione either. The entire time in my childhood, it was okay. Ron, Harry. Harry, Hermione.
No,
You know?
see, ever since the second book, I wanted Jenny to end up with Harry. I
always
never
thought it should be Harry and Hermione too.
I always thought Jenny and Hermione,
Jenny and Hermione would be hot.
Hell yeah, Jenny and Harry. The thought that I always had was I wanted a hero arc for Draco, which would have led to Hermione seeing good in Draco, which would have led to them two getting together.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
Because I always imagined, as I was reading the books, and especially with the 7th one, you almost kind of get glimpses of, especially in the movie, they do a really, really good job of Draco wanting to turn against Voldemort. He's wanting to do it. He doesn't want to be a killer. He doesn't want to do all this terrible bad thing. So I always wanted that hero storyline for him. And then Hermione finally sees, okay, so he can do some good. There can be good in him, and I can help him be a better person.
Instead, he ends up with Pansy Parkinson, I think.
Ah, Pansy, yeah.
He called her a pansy.
That's
her
her
name.
That's her name. It's Pansy.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move forward. Listen, the relationship I've known, but the character, her wanting to kill Arthur, blows my mind.
Yeah.
It is Pansy. It's Pansy. Pansy Parkinson.
Shout out to Pansy.
You pansies.
So, also, going back to my London trip, I got to see the dining hall as well.
Oh.
You got to see the dining hall.
Yeah, they were filming, actually, when I was there. And looking back at it now, I don't know what they were doing in there. They said it wasn't anything Harry Potter related. They were shooting a different scene for another movie. But I got to stand outside, and we got to look through and see a little bit of what was going on. And there was so many Harry Potter things, but unfortunately the group I was with wasn't as interested as I was. So we didn't really go for the Harry Potter experience like I would like to. But the coolest thing was the biggest movie theater in London, England. I was standing outside of. There was so many people dressed up like it was a Comic-Con, but they were going to the world premiere of the movie, like the first public showing, not the world premiere, like the first public showing of part 2. And there was just people dressed up everywhere, and we're standing there, and I'm snapping pictures because I love it, talking to different people, begging my classmates to let's go in and watch this movie in London, England. This will be an experience we'll never forget. And they was like, well, we could go do this, and I had to go do that.
Damn. Did you see the movie? Please tell me you did.
Oh yeah, I've seen the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, when I had COVID, when we were
No,
filming
over there.
No, I didn't see the movie over there. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I thought you meant have you seen the movie? I was like, of course.
No, of course. Yeah, we established that earlier. It would have been cool if you did. I'm sorry you didn't get that experience.
So
Yeah, I missed out on that one.
Draco did not marry Pansy.
What?
He married.
did.
He did not. He married Astoria Greengrass.
Draco Malfoy.
He married Pansy.
He did not. He marries Astoria Greengrass, and they have a son named Scorpius Hyperion Malfoy.
Of course, they would name it after. Anyway.
So it is not Pansy who he marries, by the way. Alright, so another thing we should discuss, though. Okay? Two things. Three things. Which house would you want to be in? Number one. Number two, who is your favorite character out of the entire series? And number three, what is your favorite movie/book out of the entire series?
Ooh.
So, house, right? What would our house be?
So my house is Hufflepuff. Yeah, my house is Hufflepuff, but I'd prefer to be in Ravenclaw.
Wasn't all three of us Hufflepuff?
Yeah, we're all Hufflepuffs, but
Yeah,
I would have rather had been in Gryffindor.
I think Ravenclaw would have been cool.
Yeah, Team Ravenclaw, even though we're Hufflepuff.
We're Hufflepuff. Team Yellow.
Alright, so Humberto, you're saying Gryffindor?
Yeah, Gryffindor. I
Because
would
of
have
the
enjoyed
lion.
Gryffindor. What?
Because-
Basic.
I don't give a shit. I'm basic as fuck, but it has a lion, and I like lions.
Lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my.
Alright, so me and Derek are saying Ravenclaw, though?
Yeah, I think Ravenclaw would be cool.
I think
I don't
I
want
think
to.
the
I don't want to be a
blue
bad
was
guy, but I
Slytherin.
don't want to be a pusher and be Gryffindor. Ooh, I'm Gryffindor.
I don't want to be a douchebag either, like Hufflepuffs. Cedric proved that Hufflepuffs are douchebags.
Hey, you leave Twilight alone.
Alright, so who's your favorite character out of the entire series?
I'd say
Are you gonna go basic again and say Harry?
no, I'm not. I have two. And
Same.
The reason
Same.
it's two is because it's for different aspects of my life. I enjoyed Dumbledore. And Dumbledore, just reading how he is, how polite, how mannerful he is, even with his enemies and whatnot. Believe it or not, it actually helped. I was a pretty aggressive kid, you know? And just reading through it, you know, I emulated patience from Dumbledore when I was younger. And as time went on, I started to understand and like Snape a lot.
Especially after the 7th one.
Yeah.
Like, you realize through that whole time, everything he really did.
Was to protect.
Yeah. Even if he didn't like Harry, he did it to protect Lily's son.
Yeah.
You know? And that love that he carried with him always was stronger than his hatred for Harry.
Yeah. Agreed.
I
So
like-
Snape and Dumbledore for me.
I like those two choices. Derek, what do you got?
I mean, Goblet of Fire is my favorite movie. And
You say Cedric is your favorite character?
I do like Cedric. Don't
Get him out of this chat right now.
do not hate me. Like I enjoyed his story.
Kill the spare!
I really like Voldemort.
Wow!
I can see Voldemort.
Wow!
Because one of my sayings
favorite
on my
character
channel
is
is the
Darth
boy
Vader.
who lived.
Your favorite
Yeah,
character is Darth Vader in Star Wars, isn't it?
No, it's
It is
Qui-Gon
for me.
actually.
Alright, so Voldemort and Cedric, huh?
Yeah, and like I said, it comes from it being like, you know, obviously you love the three. All three of us had a crush on Hermione at one point.
I did. Not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
of course.
Oh,
Emma Watson.
bro. Yeah, and Jenny. Let's be real.
But for me, when I saw Cho Chang,
Yeah.
when I saw Cho, I thought she was hot.
No, see, top three. Luna, Hermione,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
Jenny.
Ginny was, yeah. But I saw Cho, and I don't know, I had a thing for her.
Alright, my favorite two characters are Sirius Black and Professor Lumpin.
Okay,
Yeah, Sirius is probably my third.
2 months, got it.
Did you say two mutts?
No,
Why?
those are great choices. I'm gonna be real.
Sirius was dope. In his story arc, like everyone thinking he's a villain, everyone thinking, he's the bad guy, and then you find out that it wasn't him and he's actually a really good guy.
And Gary Oldman playing him in The Prisoner of Azkaban for the first time, he legit had me going, he's the bad guy.
Yeah. And then in the fifth one, Order of the Phoenix, you finally get to learn and know. Like, the third one, you know about Sirius, but you don't really get, like, time with him and Harry, communicating. And then in the fourth one, it's more about the Triwizard Cup, so you only see Sirius a couple of times pop up. And then finally in the fifth one, you get to see, like, a full relationship bloom between Harry and Sirius. And then, boom, he's gone at the end of the book. And I'm sitting here like, no! No!
I know, that was so heartbreaking.
I read two of the books that I read, I threw the book at the wall. I literally threw it. So when
You throw everything, so I see that.
So when Sirius died, I chucked my book. I was like, I'm done. I'm never reading Harry Potter again. And then the sixth one came out. I started reading it. Dumbledore dies. And I threw the book at the wall. I was livid.
Listen,
we appreciate Neville.
Oh, Neville, yes. Neville is an amazing character.
He really is an amazing support character.
Yes.
Speaking of deaths, the deaths that surprised me the most, that I actually remember having to reread that sentence, was
Dobby.
Dobby. I had to reread. When Dobby died, I'm like, wow, my childhood just died right there.
Yep.
And then Nymphadora, Tonks, and Lupin.
Oh, bro. Because you don't even see their deaths.
No, you don't.
Harry
And then
walks
you
into
have,
the Great Hall and they're just laying there and you're like, wait, what?
And I don't remember if Bill died. I don't think he did, but
No, Bill lived.
Fender Greyback was chewing on somebody in the books. But then it's the twins. One of the twins.
Yeah,
Fred, I think it was.
George got his ear blown off and Fred died?
Yeah, exactly. Can you imagine as a twin? I don't have a twin. I don't know. But I can only imagine how it would be just to lose your twin.
Man. Yeah.
I can't imagine that.
No.
Yeah, your literal best friend since birth.
Yeah. And then Molly's ferociousness and how she destroyed Bellatrix Lestrange. What other deaths?
Not my daughter, you.
Not my daughter, you. Come on, say it, Matt.
I'm not saying it.
Not my daughter, you bitch. Oh, bro, that ferociousness got me.
Oh, man.
But those deaths, especially the ones with the twins, got me the most. Because out of everybody, you don't expect the Weasleys. Yeah, you don't expect the Weasleys to come out unscathed, right? Because you'll have injuries here and there, like Fred or George having their ears blown off.
Yeah, but she could have killed Percy. She could have killed Percy.
Yeah, Percy was a dick.
Nobody cares about Percy.
Yeah, Percy was a Pansy Parkinson.
Oh, did you know there's a Weasley that never officially made it on screen?
I think I heard of it. Who
Charlie. Technically,
yeah,
Charlie
It
never makes it on screen. In the fourth book, or in the fourth movie, technically, if you want to use your imagination, one of the guys in the background when Hagrid's showing Harry the dragons could be Charlie, but you never officially meet him, even though he's in the books.
He's mentioned multiple times. Correct.
Yes.
The dragon handler. But yeah, so those are the deaths that rocked my world when I was reading the books.
Dude, Dobby, Dumbledore, and Sirius for me, and obviously Lupin.
I killed Sirius Black.
Oh, bro, that.
She did such a great job, by the way, of playing.
She
that
really
character.
did. She really did. She really did.
All right, so what's your favorite movie?
So I kind of answered this one earlier too. My favorite movie would probably be across. It would easily interchangeable. The Prisoner of Azkaban and The Order of the Phoenix.
Prisoner of Azkaban is my absolute favorite movie, and I'm pretty sure Derek already answered it. Goblet of Fire, right?
Yeah, Goblet of Fire is my favorite movie. I love the tournament. I love the characters. I love the ending.
The boy who lived come to die.
Kill the Spare.
Yeah, there's the reason that I use that in my Pokemon series.
I'm not a big fan of the...
Moody, bro. I remember, that reminds me. Moody's death shook me.
It didn't bother
And
me.
Hedwig.
That one bothered me.
Hedwig's death bothered me.
So, I'm about to take Humberto off. I think the 5th book and the 5th movie are the weakest in the entire series. Because the entire time, all it is literally Harry crying. The entire time.
I think it's integral. Because you have the introduction of Umbridge.
I think it's dumb that all he does is lash out at his friends, and all he does is lash out at the people that cares, and the only person he has any feelings for in that time is Sirius, and I love Sirius to death. But these other people have been with you for 4 freaking years, and you're worried about the guy who you haven't seen but twice in the time that you've known him?
Because
that's how you really feel.
That's how that's his. In reality, that's really his only living relative.
He's not even a blood relative.
But he's a relative by marriage and all that stuff.
He's a relative because he was his godfather.
Whatever. But the point is that he was a relative. Okay.
He loves him. Leave him alone.
Yeah, exactly. Leave him alone. Stop being a bitch.
Go.
I can't. Every time I go to reread the series, I read 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I can read them in like a day each. And then I'm on the 5th day, and then I'm reading the 5th book, and it takes me a week to get through it because every time Harry gets mad at somebody and snaps, I'm just like, you freaking angsty teenager, and I put the book down.
Stop being a pansy Parkinson. But anyway, do we have anything more to say on the Harry Potter series? Probably the longest episode
Where does
we've had.
Harry Potter movie? Let's talk about just the movie franchise as a whole. Where does it rank on your tops?
The series as a whole, right?
The entire series.
Like I said a comment earlier, and I don't know if y'all caught on to it. You know, like I ranked the Harry Potter movie franchise as number 3 on my list. So, does it rank like top 5 for you guys, or are you more book fans than you are movie fans, or how does this go?
I would say Harry Potter is my second favorite. My first being Lord of the Rings.
I'm going to go first. Harry Potter is my all-time favorite series.
So it's number 1 on your list.
Yeah, like if you told me I could only watch one series for the rest of my life, I could do that with Harry.
Okay.
Lord of the Rings for me.
Yeah, I thought you were Lord of the Rings. Then mine's Star Wars, then the Marvel movies, then Harry Potter.
Star Wars is third, and that's because Disney fucked everything up.
Debatable.
No, they did. The shows are great. The sequels.
We will have a Star Wars discussion on another day.
Yeah, we will. But yeah, it's Lord of the Rings. By the way, the world's best-selling trilogy of all time is Lord of the Rings. Then it's Harry Potter, and then it's Star Wars. then
Harry
it's
Potter. Harry Potter for me also has a lot of nostalgia though. Like the
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
you know, the connection with my mom. It literally being the reason that I enjoy reading as much as I do now. You know, if it wasn't for Harry Potter, my life is literally completely different. You know, and I know that probably sounds stupid, like, oh, a book changed your life. No, it really did. Without Harry Potter, I wouldn't have learned to read as well as I can read now.
It still baffles me that you can read.
Thank you, Harry Potter.
No, I love it. I love that you have that moment that you can cherish forever with a franchise.
And then,
Yeah.
you know, the connection with my mom, seeing every movie with her, and books 5, 6, and 7, we literally read together. Like I said, she'd read it the day of, and I'd read it the day after, because she reads faster than me. But I think that's all I've got to say about the Harry Potter series.
Yeah, I think that's all that I have to say too. We are going to go ahead and start wrapping this episode up to a close. Easily our longest episode.
So to wrap
on
it
the
up,
channel.
all we've got to say to wrap it up is Avada Kedavra, right?
No,
No.
come on.
End it. You can
Let's
end
finish.
it right
Let's finish the way we started this together.
I love that.
there.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and wrap everything up. If you guys enjoyed the video, of course, hit the thumbs up, make it turn blue, subscribe to the channel, and to our regular channels. All of our links are going to be in the descriptions below. We do a lot of Pokemon content as well. Let's see. Derek, do your favorite line.
Guys, make sure to comment down below and tell us your favorite Star Wars. Your favorite Harry Potter movie being our question of the day, and follow us all on Twitter. I didn't know which one you would want me to go for.
I was going to go for the Twitter. I thought you were going to say, guys, follow us on Twitter.
Well, remember how I kept doing the question of the day last night? I figured that's what she's going to go with. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Both are good.
You're good.
Both
But
are
definitely check that out and comment your favorite part of the video. If you don't have one, comment your favorite emoji because the interaction still helps us out. Anything else?
Well, I've had fun, guys. Thank you for having me for 2 episodes.
We love you, nerds.
Bye.
Bye.